Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Justin. We're live. At least I think I'm live. So I did a fake test message. Is that trigger a fake test message? Yeah, I did a fake test message, and it's a joke. So I'll share the joke with you. I couldn't get a reservation at the library. They were fully booked. I think that qualifies as a dad joke. Yeah, that's the little program I use to put the comments up on the screen. So yeah, anyways. Happy Hump Day. It's the first live stream of September 2025, and not really so much of a demo today. I'm still trying to power through the Zurich Store Release applications. I did manage to get some more done since the last live stream. In fact, I don't even know where we left off. I know I probably did at least 100, so I'm down to 350. And let's see. Yeah, so we're in the P's now of the store application. So not going to be a fun, exciting stream. If you're here, great, thank you. But I'm just going to be going through and categorizing and taking in all of the store releases. Now, I did get an update today. I got an invite for September 10th. You probably all did, for the Zurich official release broadcast. So that means next Wednesday, there will likely be another round of store app releases. So my nightmare is not going to end. It's just going to continue. So, but if I'm going to wait till some more people join, especially those who have been joining, I do have prepared shortbread cookies, and I attempted to melt some chocolate on the candle warmer. I think I realized that chocolate bar, this one right here, is not great melting chocolate, so it's going to be interesting. It still will probably taste delicious, but I'm going to leave that there. We'll probably dive into that in a few minutes. Are there any other announcements? I was running late, so the pre-roll probably didn't get to roll as much, and I'll end with this too. But don't forget, the Null Edge conference is October. Oh shoot, what day is that? October 17th. I don't have a calendar for that. God, Jason's gonna kill me. I don't want to pull up my email. It's in October. Go to nulledge.com and it should show you there. Why everybody always texts during the live stream? Always text during the live stream. Okay, so let's just get into it. We've got a couple people here. Welcome. As always, if you have comments, suggestions, if you have anything mean to say, don't say that. But comment, suggestions, something nice, yeah, drop it in the comments. LinkedIn, YouTube, I'll highlight it on the screen if that's working. Let's see. Oh, we got one from Conrad. It's certainly not for melting. No. Well, now that you bring it up, I'm going to grab it. I hope it's not too hot. That is the melting job so far. And I went for a run before the live stream, and that's about as much melting as it did. So it kind of looks really gross. And that's hot to handle. I got it on a candle warmer over there, so hopefully, yeah. I do have melting chocolate. Wait, I do have an announcement. So remember last week we talked about someone said spicy chocolate, and I mentioned there is a local place here called the French Broad Chocolate Factory or Chocolate Factory. I don't know. And I know they have a spicy chocolate, but we were at the grocery store over the weekend and I found this Lindt chili chocolate. So this will be next week's live stream. I'll do some dark chocolate with spice. So that'll be fun. I won't try to melt this because I don't think these melt well either. The melting chocolate I have is like this. It's baking chocolate, like you use for like dip your strawberries in and stuff like that. So thank you, Conrad. I should have asked you. You would have known not to try to melt that. But someone suggested melting the Milka chocolate, so that's why I had the idea. So we'll try that here in a little bit. Okay, what was I saying? I covered Zurich. It's next Wednesday. We're doing Zurich today. So let me explain that a little bit. So early access was on July 31st, and that's when all of this stuff dropped in the ServiceNow store, this 1,000+ applications. And you'll see as we go through, there's lots of fixes and like little minor updates and compatibility updates, but it's not much on the feature side unless it's something that like they just went ahead and let it loose. I am expecting the feature stuff next week. Like okay, now this is the version that has the newest, latest, and greatest from sales and order management, or what's some other stuff that security posture control or security exposure management, I think is one that kept coming up. Actually, we might get to here after the P's. So another one from Conrad, one of my favorites. I'm assuming, Conrad, you're talking about the Milka like that. It is a good chocolate. Now, so when I bought this spicy chocolate, I bought a dark. Do I want to say it was dark? I think it was a dark chocolate. It was a Cadbury brand dark, which is the same brand as the Cadbury cream egg chocolate bar that I tried before, and it is not very sweet and it's delicious. So yeah, lots of chocolate in my life right now. It's if you knew me, you'd understand. Going through some stuff. But anyways, okay, let's get down to business. Personal lines claims. Okay, this is part of the financial services operations suite of applications. And let's see, they included additional translations to support localization for Q4. So we saw a lot of that in last week's and the week before, especially in the financial service operations applications. It seems to be pretty common that some localizations coming in Q4. Localization, if you're not familiar, has to do with language, right? So if you, I primarily speak English, so most of my instances are in English, but we have a lot of companies that are global and they, are aware of where you are. And so the localization is localizing the language to where that user is if you've built that out. ServiceNow built out a lot of it automatically for you, and that's what you're seeing here. And then you're able to build out your own if ServiceNow hasn't done it. You'll also have to build out your own when you make your own stuff, right? So if something ServiceNow hasn't actually designed, I'm going to have to use this one. App Management Center. So this is a compatibility update. Then you have to do your own localization stuff too. That just means like, here's some text, right? Let's say, what's some good text? Earth. And then here's the English version of Earth. Here's the French version of Earth. Here's the German version of Earth, et cetera, et cetera. So that was a compatibility update. Plan maintenance management. Let's see. Added a new migrate plans action to conveniently migrate planned maintenance plans to planned work management. Interesting. I didn't know that was happening. After the migration, planned maintenance management plan will be deactivated and the corresponding schedule occurrence we've created in planned work management, or PWM. Additionally, assets no longer meet the conditions of a maintenance plan. Okay, I'm going to highlight this one. I didn't know there was a migration happening, so that is news to me, and interesting. So that's going to be a highlight. We'll probably cover that in a Zurich video at some point. Planned work management, which they were just referring to. Let's see what's going on there. Schedule suppression, extension point implementation. New extension point offered to suppression logic when multiple schedule occurrences overlap. Yada, yada, yada. So a feature around schedule suppression, and then made improvements to planned work management for condition-based and script-based schedules. So some scheduling stuff, and then removed apply to new matching records. Okay, I'm going to go with a minor update for that one. Not a big feature release like a migration utility we saw earlier. Platform analytics, one of Justin's, that's me, favorite features, enables divider capability for the platform analytics dividers capability. I want to know what that is. They're calling it a minor release, so we'll call it a minor update. It does include some fixes, so we'll call that minor update. The playbook experience. Playbooks are awesome. Enhanced UI components of the activity viewer, stage and activity picker, added the ability to select activities, added back a declarative action, a bunch of fixes, updated the restart button, and renamed all platform level out of the box activity. Please do not turn off the AC. I heard it beep. I'm going to go with minor update. They're calling it a minor release, so we'll go with that. Then the components of the playbook, let's check out that. Same exact release notes as the ones we just saw, so we'll call that a minor update. Playbooks for customer service management. Version releasing contains minor defect fixes. Let's make sure. So the last version was defect fixes for security and some other minor defect fixes. So we'll call this a fix. Playbooks for field service management. Fix the issue. Review playbooks button is not displayed on the work order task controls. And let's just make sure, yeah. So we'll call that one a fix too. I have a feeling it shut off the AC. I gotta check that. I will roast in here. I will roast in my office. Yep, powered off. Okay, turn that sucker on. And let's bring the temp down. So it's been, I'm in North Carolina. It's been a really cool couple of days, and we just had some rain. So my office is like cooling off really efficiently, which means it'll shut off the AC once it goes below a certain point. And that means it needs to climb all the way back up to 75 degrees in order for the AC to come back on, which is fine normally. Not when I'm doing a live stream and have lights in the facing me. I'm just going to get really hot if I don't leave that on. So that's probably way more than you wanted to know, but that's what's going on. Okay, let's see. Playbooks for sourcing and procurement operations. Oh, look, we're almost 15 minutes in. I think around the time where I can try my food, my treat. Fixes and change the negotiation event has been renamed to sourcing event. So we'll go with a minor update for that one since it has some fixes and a change. And let's see, policy as code engine. Here's one I haven't got to play around with much. PACE 3.11 contain some fixes to regression issues found in 3.10. Okay, so fixes. They're calling it a patch release. We'll call it a fix. Policy as code engine UI or user interface. Same, some regression fixes. And okay, let's go ahead and refresh this. Give us some room here. Portfolio planning core. Investment type and investment class columns are now available in all planning item tables, and a new choice type for the investment type column of artificial intelligence. Okay, minor update. Is that what that is? Portfolio planning integrations for SharePoint. Nope, for shared infrastructure. Let's see what's new. New internal integration mapping to support the investment type and investment class columns in all planning items. Okay, so minor update related to the one we just saw. Portfolio planning with project and portfolio management, Agile 2.0, and SAFE, scaled Agile framework for enterprises. Added field and choice mappings, template for new investment class field, added rate model functionality to planning items with synchronized project integration and resource cost recalculation capabilities. Okay, yep, so we'll just go minor update on that one too. And we are at the 15-minute mark. Here it goes. Grab our chocolate. My chocolate, really. You're not eating this. I'll put my candle back on the warmer so it smells good in here. And, okay, Joe. Oh, he must not be watching. Okay. You know what's funny? I have my lunch, which is apples. That would be good in chocolate, too. I'm still got the, like, a weird-looking chocolate, so I'm going to have to... Man, that thing's hot, too. All right, we're opening up the shortbread fingers. This is a first for Justin. I've had a shortbread cookie. Here in the U.S., a cookie is like a round object usually. I think in the UK they call them biscuits, I believe. Not sure about elsewhere. And let's open that up. Ooh, this looks like a cookie actually. Oh God, how big is this thing? Oh my Lord, it's huge. Okay, I was just gonna break. You have to break. Oh my God, I can like feel the sugar on the outside of this thing. Okay, so that's a biscuit, or no wait, shortbread finger. All right, so I'm gonna try a piece by itself, so I know what it tastes like without chocolate. Just a little piece. Tastes just like what I expect shortbread to taste like. Sorry, I'm spitting crumbs. Now, I'm gonna take the shortbread, put it in here. Well, that is not warm and gooey like I was thinking it would be. That texture is really weird. Conrad wins. This is not a melting chocolate at all. It's like really hard on the bottom and kind of melty on top. I'm gonna get just some stirred up a little bit, see if that helps. Chef Justin here. Maybe I should start a new channel. Justin Eats. I don't want to start a new channel. It takes a long time to build up a channel, and people, have awareness of what you're doing. So if anything, I'll just make a separate video or playlist for it. Okay, mixing it up seems to have helped. Maybe I should have done that. This smells really, really good. Can you smell it? I hope it tastes as good as it smells. It's a bit clumpy. There are like little pieces of stuff but it seems to be melting. Conrad, you might have been wrong. I think if you just, oop, I broke my shortbread cookie. I think if you had like a fork or a mixing device, this would have worked. Okay, I got good chocolate coverage all the way around. I'll get back to it after this. Here we go. Okay. If you haven't tried that, do it. Melt the Milka and dip whatever into it. It's really, really good. How much sugar is in this thing? I literally just got like a buzz. That was so good. There are... I don't see English. English is the last one that I'm not used to. Protein, fiber, sugars in 15 grams, which is probably close to what I did. 8.3 sugars, but in the whole bar, 55 sugars. That's a lot of sugars. Okay, Conrad says, no, the spicy one. Oh, that's not for melting? Yeah, definitely. I know that the Lindt stuff does not melt at all. The way the Incas ate chocolate? Really? The Incas ate chocolate by with shortbread cookies? Please clarify. It was delicious, Conrad. Thank you. It was very, very good. Man, I want to take like several bites of that, but we gotta like continue the live stream. Maybe at some point I'll dip an apple in there in maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. PPM collaboration. One of my first and favorite applications in ServiceNow was the project and portfolio management. It's the first thing I implemented. And so it's near and dear to my heart. Zurich client callable script includes to be more secure. I noticed just now, realized I'm not hearing. No, they ate it spicy. Oh, the Incas ate it spicy. Okay, they they didn't use shortbread cookies, because that would have been really interesting if the Incas had figured out both shortbread cookies and spicy chocolate. I have to say, or we can just pretend in our heads they did. I need to take a drink. This is chocolate almond milk, no sugar. Can you tell I like chocolate? Okay, so that's a minor update. Let's make sure they actually updated the release notes. Xanadu. Oh, I only have version 2.1. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they did update it. Okay, so minor update for PPM collaboration. Pre-visit management. It's part of the healthcare and life sciences SKU, I think. Let's say move CSM playbooks from healthcare life sciences core to pre-visit management, and then a bunch of fixes. Let's make sure that that wasn't the previous one, and it wasn't. So we'll call that a minor update. Preferred tables. What? That's an app. A guide that provides an overview of commonly used tables in ServiceNow. I've never heard of this app. Provides an intuitive guide that allows easy selection of tables in a custom application. Never heard of this. See table build. Oh, okay. It's part of Table Builder. Compatibility update with Table Builder. Price management. When we get to Table Builder release notes, we'll see kind of what their notes were there. Version summary. Support for product attribute-based costing and ability to export and import pricing plans from one ServiceNow instance to another. Minor update. Go minor update. Primary data integration with Coupa. Add a subflow for lookup receipt details. Ooh. Corrected to 2 fixes. With that, let's check. Oop, that's the only version, so we'll go with minor update. Same thing for Oracle. Fixes. Did that change? I can't tell. The store is still buggy. And it looks like there's an update scheduled for 2 days from now. So we'll go with fixes for this one. Primary data integration with SAP, not SAP. Updated script, so fix. And that's the only version that got out there. Proactive customer service operations. I was speaking of proactive, what was I trying to do? I was trying to add a bank account or something. It was on somebody's website, and this has to do with proactive customer service operations. And I'm sitting there, and so I needed to go get some details from another account or something. So I went over to the tab and everything, and I come back, and it popped a message up and goes, "Looks like you might be having trouble. Do you want to chat with us?" And I was like, "No. If I wanted to chat with you, I would hit the chat button. Thank you very much." So you can be too proactive. Don't be that proactive. Fixes. So just fixes on that one. Proactive customer service operations with event management. Well, that's a good idea. Some minor bug fixes for that one. So we'll go with fix. Proactive engagement. See Dex application and device health product for release notes, which we've already done. We already did the Ds. So we'll call that a compatibility update. Proactive service experience workflows. New in service operations workspace and incident forum diagnostic framework support, and the same for change. Okay, that's the thing about shortbread cookies. I'm not showing you this, but it's in my shorts. They crumble. There's too many crumbs. This is why I don't eat shortbread cookies. I don't want that on the floor. Okay. This will be a minor update. Let's see, make sure they actually change. Yeah, that's a minor update. Let's refresh this. We're almost out of the 300s, everybody, and we're only 25 minutes in. Fixes, proactive trigger, issue preventing, and some fixes. So lots of fixes going on with this application over the past 2 releases. Process automation content, out of the box content for process automation designer. Process automation designer is where you do your playbooks, if you didn't know that. Updated the view approval request activity definition, renamed create records to new record form, renamed show list of records, rename. I'm going to go with, they're calling it a major release. I'm going to call it a minor update. Might be major to them, but, and they're, that was process automation content. Then we got process automation designer. That's where you do the playbooks, not the content. So I misspoke. Added support for multiple triggers, added support for scheduled triggers, and added custom. Okay, this is a big deal. Multiple triggers. So I could have, okay. So one example I use for playbooks when I'm doing demos is like the short description contains and then some text. So this is cool. So you could have multiple triggers of short description contains this, or long description contains that, or et cetera, or user is, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Support for scheduled triggers, added custom runtime permissions for a read-only view and more granular access filters, added support for pills and HTML fields and list fields and updated start rules. I'm going to call this, it's funny. The last one was a major release. I called it a minor update. This is a minor release, and I'm going to call it a highlight. So not really a major release, but something that I think is worth investigating and trying out. Process mining, which I don't do much of in my test instances, but let's see. Opportunity details page, idle time analysis, touchpoint analysis, enhanced data security, share a process mining project, creation of automatic requests, and CIMs simplified, and process mining integration with ServiceNow Playbook. Okay, this is going to be a highlight. Actually, let's verify that they actually updated the release notes. Yes, they did. So we'll make that highlight. Process mining content pack for customer service management. Use the SLA breach analysis project, and the SLA breach analysis project provides insight into the root causes of breaches, highlights bottlenecks, and recommends improvements to optimize process performance. I'm on the fence there. Is that a highlight? Yeah, that sounds like it'd be very valuable and insightful. Process mining for external data. Fixed analyst user issues with external data projects, and so we'll go with fixes on that one. Internationalization fixes. Okay. Process mining workspace components. This might be component updates that support process mining. Well, thank you. We'll call that compatibility update. It's where they're just keeping the versions in sync, right? You got 28.8.2, 28.8.2, 28.8.2. Procurement case management. Who doesn't like procuring things? Okay, they're calling this a major release. It's different from the last one. Case resolution acceptance workflow has been enhanced to provide greater transparency and control. Configurable case resolution acceptance workflow, a new case state for awaiting acceptance, requester action via employee center, automatic closure or reopen based on requester action, auto closure on no response, and buyer notifications for acceptance/rejection. So we'll go with a highlight on this one. Product and pricing rules. Why is my nose itching? Support for product attribute based costing. So I think I saw that in an earlier stuff too. Yep. So that's going to be a minor update. Product catalog advanced. Support for additional data types for product characteristics and support for complex conditions and attributes of object data type in all fulfillment rules. Let's go with highlight. Seems like it's a big deal having that capability. Yeah, we'll go with highlight. I had to think about that one. Product catalog management core might be the same thing. Yep, same thing. So let's do this. Let's call this the highlight, and the one before we'll call it compatibility update with the core application. Support for additional data types, we'll go with compatibility update on that one too. They're all related. Product inventory advanced. Fixed a localization fix. Okay, thank you. Project Workspace, one of my favorite workspaces is Project Workspace. I never spent any time in there anymore. Redirection to resource management workspace. Ability to sync resource assignments of the project when the project is closed. Updates made on the status report are reflected in the status report document when the property sn_pw.status_report_doc_read_only is set to true. New display modes on record financials page to view planned costs and a bunch of fixes. I'm going to go with minor update. I know this app pretty well, and that's not a big deal. You've changed some links and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll go with minor update. Public sector digital services core, PSDS as we call it. Added choral theme capability and added activities to support the grants management playbook application, result letters, merit reviews, internal program team, funding proposals. I'm going with minor update on this one. Yeah, minor update. Qualys integration for SecOps or security operations. It is an innovation lab offering. Let's see what's changed. Modified integrations to adopt standardized data model and modularized feature sets across VR and config compliance. And then there's the initial release note. So we're going to go with minor update on this one. Is that the only version we've got up here? Yeah, we'll go minor update. Quick filter components. I love the description on this one. Filter through data is the description. Someone has a sense of humor. Fixed various functional A11Y. Is 11 near the end button? What the heck? Is someone messing with us? Fixed various functional A11Y and cosmetic. Is this like a term? I don't know. A11Y. Okay, search Google for A11Y. A numeronym that serves as shorthand for the word accessibility. Wow, I did not know this. This is total news. It represents a practice of designing and developing digital products so that people with disabilities can perceive, understand, navigate, and interact with them. The A11 and A11Y comes from the 11 letters between the first letter A and the last letter Y in accessibility. Who knew? See, if you come to a live stream, I'm going to learn something, and you might learn something too. If you already knew that, good for you. I didn't. So fixed various functional A11Y and cosmetic issues. Interesting. Still a minor update. Oh, no, fixes. Sorry. That's a fix. Perfect. Quote management application. Quote header discounts. Support percentage-based discount on the quote header and quote margins. Minor update, definitely, for this one. Okay, good. Connor says, similar to KAS equals Kubernetes. I didn't know that either. Oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. A11Y and KAS. There's another one. Oh, am I gonna remember? Come on, Justin's head. It was in the live stream. Upsert was the one we had on a couple of releases ago. Upsert is a update or insert in a database. It's called an upsert. So that's like 3 things in 3 different live streams, or 2 in this live stream. Thanks, Connor. Good to see you, man. I got your text messages. I think I haven't answered them yet. I joked on the stream. I was like, every time I start a stream, people start texting me. But I'll definitely reply back, Connor. Let's see, Kubernetes. I still haven't got a chance to play with Kubernetes yet, but K8S is interesting. Quote management application, same thing that we just saw. So we'll do minor update on. Did I just like see the same thing in Denver? Yeah, I think I did. I never changed it. Quote management data model, same thing. Recommended actions. Enable the trigger refresh for recommendations both explicitly and in response to UI events. Optimize recommended actions, refresh experience by excluding non-critical field updates, enhance context management with dynamic text, and some minor defect fixes for this release. Ooh, I'm on the fence on this one. Is this a minor update or is it a highlight? I don't know. I'm going to go minor update. I'm indecisive today for some reason. Recommended actions advanced. Improved the TI/ML error log, threat intelligence and machine learning error logs. What? To identify issues. Look at all these acronyms in the RA times TI/ML integration. Okay, I don't know what. I don't know what any of those mean. Minor defects fixes for the release. We're going to go with a minor update on this one. Make sure it is a minor update. Yeah, minor update. Recommended actions for customer service. Made enhancements to support asynchronous loading of recommended actions in the CSM, FSM configurable workspace. You know, go asynchronous. If you're designing something, please be asynchronous. No one wants to sit there and wait on whatever you design to load because it's synchronous. Asynchronous is your friend, I think. So we'll say minor update for that one. Okay, I think it's been long enough. We can do... Oh, I hope the chocolate is still melty. Piece of apple with the delicious chocolate. Oh, it's still melty. And it still smells so good. If I had to describe this smell, and this is Conrad's favorite chocolate. So Conrad, fact check me if you agree or disagree. This smell is like cake batter, chocolate cake batter or brownie batter. That's what the smell reminds me of. Oh man, it's so heavenly. That is so good. I'm taking this off my desk. I put the shortbread cookies over there too. Recommended actions for ITSM. Fix some minor issues. Good. So we'll just go with a fix for that one. Looks like we got OTSM as well. Recommended actions when managing your OT incidents to display relevant actions that can help resolve your incidents, and the recommended actions button was added to the industrial workspace to access the recommended actions. Okay, I'm gonna go minor update on that one too. That's the only version we got up here. Record vertical. This is one of those backend components. Manage related lists and UI pages on a record page within groups. A new field named icon was added in the group entry table. They're calling it a minor release in supporting the UX screen condition and UX scripted screen condition for the type of UX page group entities. So minor update for that one. Record lookup connected component. Fix performance issue caused by redundant data resource call. Thank you for the fix, ServiceNow. Record page for service operations workspace. Man, I was in UI Builder like maybe a week or so ago. SOW, Service Operations Workspace. Man, it's a giant beast now. No changes. So we're going to call... Oh, man, I got chocolate on my mouse. First world problems. Let's see. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Chocolate on the mouse fixed. Now I gotta check my screen. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. So we'll call this a compatibility. What is this like? Okay. It's a major release, but there were no changes. Oh man. Compatibility update. Record related items connected. Let's see. This release includes updates to ensure compliance with WCAG 2.1 and WCAG 2.2 guidelines. Why didn't they just say A11Y? This release contains, okay, so we're going to go with minor update on this one too. Let's refresh the screen. Oh my gosh, everybody, we're under 300. It's so close, I can taste it. Not really. All I taste is chocolate right now. Recruiter workspace. Oh my goodness. Create a job requisition as a recruiter. Track a job requisition. Is this a new workspace? Version 6? It's not. Manage the hiring team. Add a job description to a rec. Manage the job recs as a recruiter. Track an application in the workspace. Hiring tasks. Collaborate with the hiring manager. Send email to client. View the KPI dashboard. This looks like a trend that I'm seeing in the store. I don't know where this trend started and who initiated it. And it's mostly been not ServiceNow. This is the first time I've seen ServiceNow basically list out the key features of their application in the release notes section. And I'm not calling this company out, but if you want to go look for any app made by Work4Flow, WORK4FLOW, almost all of their apps now have release notes that are feature lists. And sometimes they put some release notes in there and among the features. But they've been doing it, and a couple of other vendors have been doing it. This is the first time, and this might not be what ServiceNow is doing, but it's what it looks like. It looks like a feature list. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll call this a highlight and assume all this is new functionality. Yeah, so there. I'll get off my soapbox. Regulatory agency library. Let's see what's going on with this one. Fixed an issue related to dependency management. Really? Probably a plugin dependency. Okay, so fix. Remedial actions framework. No changes. Here we go again. Major release. No changes. Compatibility update. Reporting. This is why I do this as a service for the community, because if you went by, oh, it's a major release, and then you open it up and there's no changes, I throw it in the compatibility bucket. Hopefully you just know, like, hey, there's not much to see there. Reporting UI component for workspace change. Modified the add and publish button from red to blue. I can see both those colors, so minor update. Request management for service operations workspace. Agents can view quick details about who is working on a catalog task record so that they can reach out to the assignee for any follow-ups. I disagree. That is not a major release, so we're going to go with minor update. Resizable panes component. Fixed various accessibility and cosmetic issues. So go with fix. Resource management workspace, which we saw referred to earlier in the project workspace. What's going on with that guy? New tiny text. Old man glasses. I guess I could zoom in, but then move capability for resource assignments in the resource management. Description for all assignment operations. Showing optional work type as label. Add an info message during backend processing, and then a bunch of fixes. Let's go highlight. That could be important to a project manager who's managing resources. Retail core. Oh, geez. It's the small print all of a sudden. Retail case made abstract. The retail case is an abstract table. It would serve as a parent table that provides a common structure and functionality to multiple child tables. It will not be meant to store records directly, but act as a template for inheritance. Multiple use case-oriented extensions will be drawn from this table, which could then be used to store retail case records. Please refrain from creating any records, workflows in this table, and use table extensions for your use cases. I don't know why I changed my voice. Use the glasses for that one. We'll go minor update. Retail task management core added deny ACLs. Something else we're seeing very common in the Zurich release, these deny ACLs. Rich text editor component for SecOps. RT component incorporating start and end date. Count feature dynamic record dimension. I don't even know what I just read. Rich text editor. Rich text editor component incorporating start date and end date, count feature, dynamic record mention. Minor update. Risk assessments for supplier lifecycle operations. Some fixes. Which seems to be all this application is getting in every version. Oh, Washington it changed. So either they're not updating the release notes, or this truly is the buggiest application, and there's been 3 to 4 versions of minor fixes. That's a lot of fixes. Or the store app thing is buggy again, so fixes. Risk score calculator. Configurable risk score calculator for informed decision making. Gotta love it. This is gonna be a release notes fail. Come on, you gotta put something in there. So my soapbox on this one is we're all admins in some capacity, and we have to prioritize things. And release notes are something that we count on to know, like, hey, should I treat this urgently? Is this affecting a known issue I have on my instance that might help my user experience? Is it a label change, just something stupid that I don't really care about? So come on, guys, put your release notes in. It's not that hard. I'm like, okay, so there's more fixes. And yes, I'm talking to you. RPA plugin bundle fixes. Just make sure they're not repeated release notes, and they're not. Our count now is 280 left. Safe Workplace dashboard. Is Safe Workplace still around? Minor ACL updates. Again, common thing in Zurich that we're seeing. And good. So we'll go with minor updates. Did I say fixes? Updates. Minor update. Safe Workplace for mobile. Minor ACL updates. We're just going to go minor update. Might be the same for this one. Safe Workplace Suite. Minor ACL updates. Safe Workplace Suite Professional, meaning we're going to charge you more money. Minor ACL updates. Sales and Services API Core. Supports processing dependent records sequentially to make sure that the data stays accurate and consistent, and enhanced notifications for request tracking at the end of the hierarchy processing. I'm going to go minor update if that's change release notes, and it was. Sales Common. I was just talking to somebody over in the UK, actually, about sales and order management, and I haven't got to play with this like I wanted to. Would have been really helpful in my last role, my last full-time role. Add a generic review cart page, download cart capabilities, and checkout related reusable playbook activities in Sales Common as part of this release. This is it, the download cart capabilities. I want to know what that is. I'm going to go with highlight on this one. No change. Yeah, it seems interesting. And because I want to know what that is, I'm going to put it on my list. There, it's on my list. Sales forecasting. New changes, performance enhancements along with accessibility improvements. So we'll go with minor update. SAP ABAP for software asset management. It's like an acronym live stream day. Support to optimize rules based on USMM optimization, support for named user and engine licensing, self-declared engines, digital access using the passport tool, and support for SAP HANA database licenses. Let's make sure there were actually changes. Okay, so there's a great example. This is why I check these versions. So all that really changed is that last bullet, support for SAP HANA database licenses. This is why you got to be careful. ServiceNow. So they were just lazy and tacked on in the end there. So I'm going to go with minor update. I was about to go highlight. We're going to go minor update. SAP ECC RFC spoke. Added, enhanced, and productized SNC load balancing. Productized load balancing. I don't know what that means. Minor update. SAP ECC RFC spoke dependency file. Relocate downloadable to bristlecone hosted service. You know, when you're not like in the lingo of whatever it is that you're viewing, like I am right now, it just looks weird. It's like, oh, bristlecone sounds fancy. I'm gonna go with minor update. SAP S/4 HANA RFC spoke dependency file. Is it going to be bristlecone again? It is. All right, I'm going to Google this. Search Google. Enterprise Digital Supply Chain Transformation. Bristlecone is a leading provider of connected logistics solutions, including AI applications, SAP integration, and more. Okay. Looks like they have offices in Lakewood, Colorado, Bristlecone Creek, which is the ancient bristlecone pine forest, and Bishop, California. Okay, off the squirrel here. Minor update. SAP S/4 HANA RFC spoke. Added, enhanced, and productized SNC load balancing. So minor update again. SBOM response, software bill of materials, if you weren't familiar. Version summary here. Fixes. There were some fixes. Let's make sure those release notes updated. Can't tell, so we can call it a fix. Scope 3 emissions management. Time check here. We got 10 minutes. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. I still have melty chocolate. You let me know in the comments. What should I do with my melty chocolate? With the 8.5 grams of sugars. Is it grams or milligrams? I think it was grams. That's a lot of sugar, especially for me. Refactored existing metric definitions to leverage choice type fields instead of free-form text, improving data consistency and validation. I agree with that. We'll go with minor update. Security Center, got an update. I haven't been in there in a while. Improve new identity access management tools featured on Security Center. Use the new IAM section in Security Center to access IAM tools. I had a cat once, and she ate IAM's cat food. Sorry. This is the sugar. This is what sugar does to Justin. Such as Machine Identity Manager, Access Analyzer, and Scripting Governance, and some defect fixes. Let's make sure that they did change the release notes, and they did. Okay, so minor update. Oh, what is that? That could be a highlight. I'll go highlight. Security Incident Response, another one of my favorite applications. Okay, bulk closure UI and backend implementation. Shift handover start and end date, dynamic record mention, and count feature functionality. We saw that in the, there was another one earlier. We were talking about the RTE, rich text editor. Yes, that's this. Ability to link multiple ITSM records to a server record, security incident response, and a bunch of fixes. They're calling it minor update. We'll go with minor update. Wow, I just noticed the, can you see that? You can't see it here. Let me highlight it here. The sysid for that application has like FF67. What are the chances? Those are supposed to be random, right? What are the chances that you have that many Fs in a row? I mean, who gives that many Fs? Sorry, again, it's the sugar talking. SAP ABAP for software asset management. Can we just do this one? Did I do something wrong? Not screened. SAP, yeah, okay. I thought we did this already. Version summary, support for declared, digital access support, SSP. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was this one where they added on the last one. Okay, so we're going to go with minor update. Sorry, I was having deja vu. Okay, some more security incident response. SIR integration with AWS Security Hub. Fixed blank SIRs getting created. SIRs. Blank incidents getting created due to, there's a weird, why would they call it SIRS? It's not security incident responses, it's security incidents. So there are C's, their size, blank incidents getting created due to gr.update and process raw data. This is a script for those that might not be familiar. We'll go with minor update and some giggles. Security incident response integration with Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Get host details request being built with incorrect parameters, causing failures in retrieving accurate host information. That is a fix. What's the other one a fix? I just actually wonder. That was a fix. I mislabeled it. Ooh, my bad. Security incident response integration with Proofpoint. Populate integration source for aggregated incidents. And fix the ACL. So we'll call that a fix. Wait, that was a fix, right? Fixed, yes. Security incident response integration with Zscaler. I have a podcast, and every episode of that podcast, it's once a week. Zscaler is one of the sponsors. Resolved an issue where the Zscaler removed from the URL category subflow was incorrectly left in the draft state. Address the sandbox submission failure for Zscaler. Look at this version, 11.1.11. The versioning of these apps is so weird. 11.1.3. Okay, yeah, so we'll go with fixes. Security incident response workspace. I just realized I'm going to be doing all this again next week, and for however long it takes me afterwards. Bulk closure UI and backend implementation, which we saw in the security incident response release notes. The sn_si.read user should not have permission to add a security tag to a security incident. And enforce restriction / role restriction against security tags were not getting applied in the workspace, and some fixes. Okay, good. So we'll go minor update. Security integration framework. Fixed resolve an issue where the integration instance form related list was not displaying details specific to the integration / scanner. Fix. Security posture control core. Innovation lab offering, which I think is about to go GA. GA is general availability. Added UI support for SPC connection framework. We saw that a lot in a previous live stream for the SCP connection framework. So we'll just call that a minor update. Security support common. It's driving me nuts with the UI on these apps. Like some is in the new UI, some is in the old UI. So my mouse wants to go this left or right. Framework changes to support unified security exposure management. Again, another application that's coming soon. So we will say minor update. Service applicant information. I just noticed that I haven't heard from Certain 591. Like every live stream, Certain 591 has been here, and I just realized they are not. So shout out to Certain 591 if you watch after the live stream. Service applicant form, add additional capabilities for the generic activity UI used for various playbook activities in the grants management playbook, Coral theme compatibility, and upload and verify document activity UI CSS fixes. I'm going to go with minor update as long as I see a change there. Oh my God, we almost did 100 on the live stream. Can we get to 100? We got 6 more to go, 4 minutes left. Come on, everybody. We can do this. Service applicant program management. This release includes updated bug fixes. Wait, so you had to fix it twice? You had to fix the fix? Is that what I'm reading? Updated bug fixes? Service bridge base. See service bridge for providers or service bridge for consumers release notes. Okay, so we'll go compatibility update. And here it goes. Service bridge for consumers is goodness. Journal field framework, remote tasks, support all journal field types, support for historical journal sync, foundation data sync, provider to consumer only, non-CMDB tables with transform maps, CMDB with integration hub, ETL and IRE supported tables, CMDB, asset, user, group, location, and company department, a health dashboard, and magic links. It's SSO login for consumers, line access. Okay, I'm going to go, and then some changes, and then, goodness, some fixes. So that's going to be a highlight. And I bet the next one might be a highlight or the same exact thing. Same exact thing, mostly. Yeah, so we will highlight. Service bridge order management for providers. My leg's falling asleep. Same release notes plus, no, just same release notes with formatting. Okay. Service Bridge Remote Process Sync Transport. It's a compatibility update since they don't want to tell us. I want to refer to the other apps. Service Graph Connector for Akamai API Security. Innovation Lab offering. API Insights app dependency removed. And SGC Central added in place of it. Okay, so minor update. Oh, we went below 250, everybody, with 2 minutes to spare. Look at that. Service Graph Connector for AWS. Frictionless integration for AWS visibility. AWS tag ingestion, and updated some things. We're going to minor update. See if we can get 245. Service Graph Connector for GCP or Google Cloud Platform. Deep discovery for Google Cloud, labels and tags for generic CIs, expanded CMDB discovery for core infrastructure, deeper CMDB. It's going to be a highlight as long as I can see some different release notes. Yes. Okay, so highlight. Service Graph Connector for, oh, we're at time. Did I get there? No, one more. Just do one more. Service Graph Connector for Infoblox. Added multi-instance support. Minor update. Even though I'm sure that was technically hard and challenging. For us, it's minor update. Okay, we got to 245. We started at 350, got to 245. I might be able to swing managing the rest of that before the next live stream. But if you want to come to the next live stream, don't forget, it'll be spicy dark chocolate without the glare. I won't try to melt it. We'll just I'll bring some water just in case it's very spicy. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get back to actual demos here soon. Demos take me a little bit of time to prep and make sure that I don't look like an idiot, which I have no problem looking like an idiot. Done it plenty of times before, but I'd like to not look like an idiot if I can. After I get done and sign off, there'll be a video playing and there'll be a QR code. That QR code will take you on my socials. Mostly where I'm posting now is YouTube and LinkedIn. The other socials, not so much at the moment, but maybe that'll change one day. There's also going to be an ad on there for the Null Edge conference. If you haven't signed up already, go check it out. I'll be one of the keynote speakers for that one. And then that's about it. That's all my announcements. So I plan on being here next week. Oh, the live product release announcement for Zurich will be in the middle of my live stream next week. So I will not be offended if you go to that instead. But you should, when you get done, come back to this live stream and leave me some notes in the comments about what was updated or what you're excited about. So I hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday, a good rest of your week. Happy September to you all. And yeah, I'll leave you with the video and appreciate everybody hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Let's hit play.